Let's have a look and see what's going on. Well, apparently we're live now. That's good. Let's check our various platforms. One says we're live. Excellent. Let's make sure. Yes, we have audio on there. That's a good start. How about this one where we're new? This week we are broadcasting to a third platform, which we have been waiting for a while to do. Let's see what happens if we press the magic button there. I have confidence. Let me see. Ooh, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh dear. Right. Well. Okay. Right. Right, we are that there. And then, love, we got this one. Let's see if it works on here. No, it's not going to work, is it? Oh, goodness. Goodness. See, so much technology. Press that magic button there. Try again. If anyone's watching, you're thinking, what's going on? Well, we haven't started yet. And you're probably thinking, I hope it gets better. And it certainly will. Welcome to ShineCast. Just moments before I connect with the wonderful Jimmie Heaven. Oh, I think we can do that in just a moment. In about 30 seconds, we can double check our connection with them. I don't know why I nearly said Spain, but I meant Japan, of course, because, yeah, that's where he is. Let me see. Well, so far, let's bring you in here, Jimmie. Press the magic button there.
Good evening.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon. Here we go with all that. Awesome. Right. Excellent stuff. Yes, you've got another glass of water there, I see. Lovely.
Bourbon water.
Bourbon.
Actually, bourbon soda.
Water. Right. Okay. Right on. Let me just do that and then. Oh. Okay. Fun and games here right now with the technology. I'm almost there, Jimmie. But just when I thought everything was going to plan, this is the thing with live. You know, you got to always make sure you're in advance. You set up and check everything. You know, you got to make sure, for example. Okay. See, before we even start, Jimmie, you were asking. See, this week, it looks like we're being joined by a couple of live people, but we'll see. I don't know if you can see what's going on your screen there.
Yes, I can see.
So there you are. Someone. Yeah. Hello. Okay. I'm just trying to see if we're not some our. Okay. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but this third platform, which is Twitter Live, aka properly known as Periscope, doesn't seem to be playing ball with me right now. But anyway, I'm sure it's going to be working fine, and well, we'll get there eventually. Right. How are we doing? Don't forget, everyone, if you want to join in, you can comment. Don't forget to like and share and all that stuff. We're going to start the show in just a moment. After I've asked Jimmie, is there anything you want to tell me before we begin, such as, well, what you're about to tell me?
No, I'm not about to tell you anything.
Okay, I hope you can swim well there. You're not going to tell me. It's going to be a quick show. It's certainly not going to be as long as the last freaking...
Well, what's wrong with that? There was nothing wrong with it.
There was nothing wrong with it at all. But in general, though, listen, it's fine. But in general, we want to keep our little chats. Well, the idea is
no more than 4 hours. No more than 4 hours. I can't handle more than that.
Well, the thing is, we're often going to go to tomorrow with you, aren't we? If you see what I'm talking about there, because it's not far off it for your local time. Yes. 40 minutes. Yeah. Right. Okay.
So what are we drinking today?
Well, I wasn't going to mention it, and you've asked, so it's one of these energy drinks, Lucasade. It's a bit like Gatorade in the USA.
Is it like a UK? Is that actually was a UK drink?
I think it is. I think because it's Gatorade definitely across the states. Everywhere you go, Gatorade.
What is that?
Gatorade,
What is it called?
Gatorade.
What is it called again? I want to know. What is it called?
Lucasade. Here we are. Goodness me.
Lucas.
I didn't. Yeah, we should have got sponsored by them. Then you got that?
Oh,
Good. Yeah.
Lucasade.
How would you say that in Japanese? It sounds like it might be easier for
I've never even heard it, so I've never heard of it. Oh, this is Japanese. Look, Lucasade is a soft drink manufactured and marketed by Japanese company Suntory, created by Lucasade in the UK in 1927 by a Newcastle pharmacist, William Walker Hunter. It was acquired by the British pharmaceutical company Beecham's in 1938 and sold to Lucasade, an energy drink for the sick. Are you sick?
I think some would suggest that's a well, some would suggest a different response to me, so therefore it's a matter of opinion. Clearly,
so it's owned by a Japanese company now, basically. It's an English drink, really? Actually. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know
Mr.
that.
William, pharmacist William Walker Hunter.
But it was one of the very first of its type, sort of thing. Yeah, Lucasade. I'm just looking at it here. It must be made more locally, though. Not sure. Don't want to know.
It says bottled by Suntory.
All right. Yeah, Suntory. That's right, limited. Yeah, and
there
actually, it's called Lucasade Ribena, and it's funny that because Ribena is actually another brand. It's a black currant juice drink, loads of sugar in it and stuff. Really bad for your teeth and everything. This one, though, is certainly supposed to keep you a bit more alive and active when you know.
Well, this stuff is really good. I'm going to suggest everybody get some of this. Let's spruce up your Friday nights.
No mixer.
Well, I'm Suntory too. I'm using Suntory too. Same company you're using. Right. Sparkling.
I don't generally put a mixer in with my spirits, with my liquor. There you go. So you got to remember. You see, as soon as you say, "Oh well, yeah, the afternoon is like this," you got to remember there are people watching, not just right now live, at night, in the afternoon, in the morning. You got to remember as well they could be watching at any time in the future, on a replay. So always got to be mindful of that. And I think if I say so myself, I do pretty well at that, particularly when I'm out and about walking around and someone comes on board and I'm like, they say, well, I ask them where they're watching from for a start, because again, watching live, you could be anywhere. Right, we better get this underway, and then we can have a chat and see how it goes. As I say, realistically, I think I'm gonna take it to if it gets that far, because you never know, it might not. Fire alarm might sound or something. Heaven forbid. But until around just after the top of the hour, Jimmy, or until your bottles disappeared, you're going to tell me to come home.
No, I mean, it takes me more than a day to drink. So what's the weather like there? What do you got? What temperature you got? Wait, London?
Well, yeah. It's funny you should say that. Let me just double check the temperature.
Raining?
I'll tell you now. It was raining earlier, but it's still very, very warm.
Lightning?
But I tell you, it's 19 degrees at the moment, which is it's about 68, isn't it? Something like that. Get just 68.
I mean, in Fahrenheit, you're talking about. Fahrenheit 67. Yes. That's right.
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, right. Okay. So, but you wouldn't believe it as I look out now. It's like a warm autumn fall day. It's literally changed from.
Wasn't it last week you had 38? Didn't you have 38 last Friday?
I couldn't. Last night was I had the best sleep in ages in a good week. The temperature was off, so yeah, thank heaven for that. But there you go. Hopefully the internet won't let us down. Oh, by the way, we haven't had a catch up properly, you and I, about that. Again, just let me remind you that because this technology, the main hub of it is in the cloud, it means that, usually if I got cut off from the internet, all the technology would be here, generally, hardware, softwares. So that means that the whole broadcast would stop, because it all comes into here, like your pictures and stuff, and then I would push it out again. It doesn't work like that with what we're using. What we're using all goes to the cloud. So if I get cut off, clearly we learned last week, you stay there. So you're still live, and thank you very much for handling it the way you did, because I don't think many people would have done. They'd have been like, oh my God, what's happened? And you sort of knew.
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, literally I'd lost the connection. But usually,
I figured I'd just take over the show.
Well, you're doing a good job at that, and you're welcome to it. When we have topics that need discussing. What's going on here? We have before we get underway. Please behave, everyone. Look, okay, right. We'll be starting in approximately 60 seconds. Once Jimmy's looked at his screen and acknowledged, then I can
I'm not acknowledged. I'm just looking at my weather here.
Oh, you're not seeing the comment on the screen then. Interesting.
Oh, look. Oh, well, I think she was talking about.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, probably. Right. Okay. Well, there's so many buttons to press, as I was saying.
What are we starting now? We haven't started yet. We're going to start now.
No,
What's
we're
the
going to
deal?
roll the titles, and as I say, there's so many buttons to press.
Okay.
Oh man. Whoop. See, button here, button there. All right, I'm going to button it as we start the show and hit the titles and roll it, everyone. Here we go on Friday, the 14th of August, 2020. It's ShineCast. Titles ready. Right. Should we do it?
Go.
Properly? Stand by. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is the third one. It's the third ShineCast. It is the 14th of August 2020. It's another Friday. Yeah, this is happening regularly on Fridays at the moment. That's my chat with the one and only Mr. Jimmie Heaven, who's somewhere there. Hello, Jimmie.
Good evening. Cheers.
Good evening to you. Good night to you. Absolutely. Yeah, nearly 11:30 p.m. Japanese Standard Time as we broadcast this live, as I was just saying to you before we did go live. Got to be mindful. Some people watching this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a beach in Hawaii, you know, with a pina colada. And yeah, and me, well, I have a drink here, which we're talking about again, once you just saw it as I was preparing to roll the titles. Lucozade, that you hadn't heard of before.
No, Lucozade, English energy drink, currently owned by Japanese Suntory.
Ironically, of all people to be speaking with, you picked up on that. You know,
That's what Wikipedia said. Lucozade, created in 1927 by a Newcastle pharmacist, William Walker Hunter.
Yeah, 1927. That's almost 7:30 p.m. in the evening, right? Yeah, it's an old one. Yeah, they'll hear it plenty of times from me in the future. These sort of broadcasts.
So this Lucozade has been around. I mean, for as long as you've known.
Yeah. But these days, of course, like everything, you know, they started off with their original, and now they have, as I say, they have the orange flavor, they have raspberry flavors, and there we are. If I just
sure.
Everyone in the UK will know Lucozade, and of course, the equivalent in the USA, I would suggest, is kind of Gatorade.
Powerade and Gatorade.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. So
in Japan, we have one called Aquarius and another one called Pocari Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So we have, but they have been around maybe since the 70s, 60s or 70s. But this 1927, so that's quite. I'm wondering how long Gatorade has been around.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone else could. Maybe someone watching can tell us actually, and send us a comment or two. Already got a comment. What's going on here? Definitely got to keep my eyes on.
1965.
Yeah. Now there was a year, huh? Even Bryan Adams was close to that one.
Great shirt. You're talking about my Kiss shirt, or you're talking about the? Was it the?
No, she's talking about my shirt. You see?
Are you sure? Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean.
But let's get back to
Kiss shirt on. Come on, I got a Kiss shirt on.
Okay.
I mean, ShineCast is great, but come on, I got a Kiss shirt on.
There you go. Oh wow. Yeah, sponsorship welcome as well. So you know, I'm quite happy to wear the shirt.
Okay, so where can we get the shirt? Where can we get the shirt?
Which one? This one? This is unique.
Where can we get?
This is unique, but what's
no, don't say that. Say it's available.
No, well, I was just going to say it's unique, but if someone wants to purchase this unique one, you know, I mean, if you want a fresh one, yeah, I'm sure we can organize that. But this unique one, goodness, it's invaluable, you know. So name your price, send us a comment, whether you're watching live or on the replay. That's what I say.
We're going to raffle it off with your autograph.
Yeah. But I have to say that it won't. You know, I am just here for modeling purposes. Okay, I'm not included in the raffle. Some might look away at that comment and wish I was included and want to raffle me off. But anyway, yeah. So I'll tell you something, it's much more comfortable sitting here. Still quite warm. It feels, again, quite tropical, the temperature, and the humidity is still there, but nothing like it has been, and I'm looking at your background, and you've chosen well the water. It is definitely make me feel that little
I went to the aquarium last Sunday. Last Sunday, I went to the aquarium, Nagoya Port Aquarium.
Yeah.
So and of course, there's like was it it's really nice going out to all these touristy places because there's no tourists. There are no guests because it's about half the people. So of course everybody's wearing masks. We got alcohol, checking our temperature everywhere we go.
Of course. So that's good for you, no tourists, but the businesses might disagree with it.
Yeah, I know. It's I feel very sorry for the businesses, but I mean, okay, here's the deal. Like, you're in England. Now is the time to discover England for you. I mean, really, there's no tourists.
Well, I was doing
Go ahead.
Excuse me, I was doing it a few weeks ago online, and then I was down at the beach, I took everyone along there with me. Well, I have to get back outside and go down to the beach and show everyone once again. People love going on virtual tours. They loved it even before the pandemic situation here in 2020. Again, I have to mention it like that because
what kind of swim shorts do you wear? What kind of swim shorts do you wear?
What do I wear? You know what? I need to get a decent pair of swim shorts, because usually if I'm on the beach, I'm just laying there. I'm not really going to. I like the baggy. Did you mean the brand or just like the style?
No, okay. Here. I just bought some new ones recently.
Bermudas are good.
Wait a second. I just bought some new ones recently from H&M.
What do you think? I wear latex? Come on, man. What's going on here? That's definitely.
No, I want you to show us.
Oh, I can't do that. I have to go.
Here, I'm going to show you mine. I recently got these at H&M.
Jimmie, are you doing this from your wardrobe? We really are international, aren't we? Wait a minute. Yeah.
Well, pink grapefruit and oranges.
I see, but you just mentioned H&M, so we've now gone to, is it Sweden, right? Yeah. So Scandinavia's here, Sweden, plus the fact, obviously, you're in Japan, and we've mentioned that this drink here that I have is now these days part of some conglomerate there.
Here we go. Brenda's giving us the rundown on Gatorade.
She's definitely doing something. Yeah.
Gatorade was created in 1965 by a team of scientists at the University of Florida College of Medicine, including Robert Cade, Dana Shires, Harry James Free, and Alejandro de Quezada. Free, that's a great last name. Harry James Free.
Everyone can see that now. Thank you very much for that, indeed, for verifying. There you are. You learn something new wherever it is. Every day, generally, I say, if you go out your front door, certainly, or switch on the TV or radio, you can't fail to learn at least one thing. I tell you what I learned, and you're going to be like, yeah, well, come on, it's government for you. You should know that. But our government, we've just had yesterday exam results coming in, the A levels, and a lot of people it's been estimated because they couldn't take the exams. So the grades have been given based on the schoolwork, say, throughout the year and all that. Oh, it's been a whole mess.
Hey, I think I took A levels.
You did?
Well, I went to a British Catholic school in Denmark for high school. Mm-hmm. Or did I quit? But I went to a British high school in Denmark.
And that was the actual exam and grade and certificate that they awarded.
Well, what the O levels, A levels.
It was, well, it was O levels, A levels. And then it went to something, then they changed it like at the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, I think it was the end of the 80s, to GCSEs. And I think they've gone back now, and I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a bit like the hi-fi we were talking about last week, right? Which hopefully we can come on to now, where the color used to be silver one decade, then it was black predominantly the next decade, and then people suddenly thought, hey, we got to sort something out here now to get more sales. Let's change it back again. Really? Hoping that
now it's not existent. Now it's USB.
It's USB, and obviously Apple are doing their hardest to make sure that everyone converts to USB-C. Yeah,
No, 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 no. Apple is not USB-C. This is USB-C, the fat one. Was it the one
see the
that
end of that. It's the
Apple
one
is?
that it's the oval. It's the oval. But
Well,
they're
I mean,
wanting everyone.
the Apple is the was it
It-
the? It's got their own
Lightning.
unique one.
Well, no, they want everyone to change now for like on the computers, like
Are they on
MacBook
C
Pros.
now?
Yeah. If you buy a brand new MacBook Pro, for example, it'll have 4 connections, and it is just 4 of those connectors in it, and it doesn't even have a power connector because that it's a multi-connector, that USB-C. So the actual power goes into one of the 4 USB-Cs.
Okay.
And so yeah, so you've got. That's the only connector now. Of course, if you've got old peripheral equipment, mouse, webcam, if you've got an external, actually, we see people be like, what do you mean webcam? It's built into the computer. Yes, but I'm using an external one because it is actually better than the one, certainly on this MacBook Pro.
Well,
but yeah.
I'm doing some research now because I told you, I think I told you last week, I'm trying to get this old vintage 70s, 60s, 80s audio system going, but I want to be able to cook it. Was it connected to all these modern, computers? So I got to make it compatible. So it's amazing how many things they are made compatible that are made compatible now.
Right. I
Simple
guess
adapters.
I guess you're keeping up with what's on the screen, by the way, there, Jimmy, and the comments still from.
Yeah, but you know what? Thank you, Brenda. But you know what? Let me tell you something. That was 10 minutes ago. Oh no, that was 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, but if I'm slow pressing the buttons here, but maybe, and it might be the fact you've got to remember. Hold on, whoa, Brenda's like 5 hours behind anyway. Remember that. Come on.
Okay, but listen, it's either you're going to put her comments up while we're talking about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I have no. Those are so fun. I'm guessing she's talking about my shorts.
I would suggest that was a good.
My shorts are 5 minutes ago. That's so 5 minutes ago.
I know. Maybe you're going to get a comment in a minute, which is in the future. Maybe she's going to. Oh, maybe that's what that one was. Hold on a minute. Yeah, maybe that one. Hold on. We're going to be apparently. What was the?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah,
and I'm still waiting for your shorts, Martin. Where are your shorts?
You're going to have to wait for a long time. There's a lot of people waiting for my shorts, I can tell you. Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Oh,
they got vending machines in Japan to sell. Was it panties? You can put your shorts in there.
Well, it's funny you should say that. What don't they have vending machines for? Because, when the COVID started, an entrepreneur over here in England started rolling out vending machines with masks, 5, 6 to start with. The main, I think it was like the train stations, because people were going to have a mask in order to travel, otherwise they were going to be told they couldn't travel. So therefore, but they were charging like $750 for one mask, and taking advantage of the situation when people were just sort of caught unawares.
Nothing wrong with good old capitalism.
No, but anyway, so yeah. What else do you have in vending machines over there? Obviously, soda drinks, Coca-Cola, fizzy drinks.
Okay, it's very convenient. Let me tell you about vending machines in Japan. They have almost everything, but of course, the regular soda you can get hot and cold. They all have soup in it too, hot soup. Toys, as I mentioned, panties, worn panties, because if they're not worn, they're not even worth anything. So it's got a picture of the girl who wore them and the panties. And the thing is, forget about that. What's really interesting.
I can't. I mean, I want to know what district you were living in before. I know one of those districts because I remember
Tokyo.
But I remember when you were living in one area, you were on a video call with me. You actually left your apartment one evening and went out, I think, to the grocery store or some supermarket. To
Yokohama. That must have been in the beginning.
Right. Genesis. Right. And so. So anyway, you went out and I remember you showed me a whole line of vending machines, and I'm thinking to myself, if this was in London, they'd have been vandalized by now, but they were just sitting there in the street in a very, very clean area.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, clean, isn't it?
You can go into the middle of let's say, was it a rice field? Okay, and there will be a vending machine for soda, and nobody's going to touch it. Everybody appreciates it. They're very, they appreciate it.
Yeah. I get that exactly, and respect and all. But as I say, in any country and certainly any city, there are pockets and areas where you get different type of people, and you just they won't respect this stuff, and then unfortunately they make it bad for the other people because vandalizing a machine means the machine's going to be taken away, not replaced, and then everybody loses out. But again, they don't care, because if they did, it wouldn't have happened. Right, there you go. So as I said, it's not the sort of thing that you'd see anytime soon. I don't think we're in the area that I'm living of London, but yes, certainly Brenda's commenting there on the underwear situation. Hi, Lizeth. Oh, it looks like there's someone else joining us, which is good.
Who's Lizeth? Where's Lizeth? Who's? She's a viewer.
Yeah, she's probably watching. I would suggest. I think. Well, actually, I guess it's on Facebook. Otherwise, that's where Brenda is, and she wouldn't have noticed if it was another platform. Hey, don't forget to send your comments wherever you are, wherever you are. Even if you're watching the replay, we will respond in future broadcasts and shows. But hey, if you make a note of where you are right now, and more to the point, follow, like, share, but certainly follow, you'll receive a notification when we go live, and then join us live. Yeah, if you can. Jimmie, you got. I can see your eyes are browsing this. I thought you were just.
Well, I'm opening up vending machines, and I'm opening up a lot of. Now I'm wondering, like, I'm talking so much. I'm trying to figure out what kind of vending machines we do have. Uniqlo. Uniqlo. Do you have that in London now? The Japanese with the clothing store, Uniqlo.
I always try and remember the name of that place. I visualize it. The logo's like red boxes, isn't it, or something?
Yeah. Well, Uniqlo has a T-shirt vending machine now.
Oh, really? Well, as I say, they've been here for ages. I haven't seen any vending machines, but
they're like an H&M. They're like the Japanese H&M. It's so funny because H&M was it 15, 20 years has become really popular globally. But the funny thing is, I remember because I used to live in Denmark, so it's very Scandinavian, and I used to shop there when I was like 15, 16. So, I mean, not to give away my age, but holy shit, that's like 30 years ago. My God, I'm old.
You like giving me work there for editing, don't you? Thank you. Right, that's cool.
We're not allowed to curse here. Is England non-cursing? Was it a non-bad language?
Listen, this broadcast goes to every corner of the planet and beyond. Infinity and Buzz Lightyear will know exactly where it's heading more than I will, and you will.
Disney's coming after you for that.
Yeah, but the point is, we like to try and listen. That's
clean.
Far from anything we wouldn't want on the broadcast, if you follow me.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, well, you have to use those panties now, won't you? And just.
What did I say? Because I'm a little bit drunk. What did I say?
SH1T.
Huh?
You're not drunk, Jimmie, are you? No.
No, not yet. But that's a good excuse. That's excuse. There's people use it for everything. Oh, I was drunk.
Yeah, so
I don't remember a thing.
Right, yeah. What were we talking about? Exactly. Anyway, there you go. Right. Dear. Anyway, it's okay. If you have apparently, I take that as viewers condoning the moment, so, or at least not to.
Well, anyway, if you want to know about Japanese vending machines, just put Japanese vending machines, everything or whatever, and you're going to find it. You can find it yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In America, now the vending machines in America they're in cages. You have to put them in a cage.
I have seen that. It depends on the area again as well. I think in Chicago I saw that when I was visiting.
It's all over the United States. This is the one thing about Japan. It's so safe. So all my friends who've come to visit Japan, they always say, like, I've never experienced this feeling where I feel safe. Like, where you're walking, in America, you're like, you have to be on guard. You have to walk around on defense. If you get pickpocketed or somebody steals your, watch or whatever, that's your fault. That's on you.
It's better to be decisive rather than hanging around on defense. What do you think?
Well, you got to live defensively in the United States. I don't know about the UK.
Yeah, no, I was it's a poor joke anyway. Obviously,
well, England is the most Orwellian? Was it 1984 place in the world? Isn't George Orwell from England? For Christ's sake! Isn't it like
Now we've
the
got the
country with
blasphemy
the
going. Oh
most?
my goodness me,
Was it
Jimmy,
most video cameras?
well. You're doing well with the language today. That's good. That's good. I hope no one's watching from the church or yeah. Oh my goodness me. This is a
Well,
very
I'm a
religious
fan of
broadcast.
Jesus. I'm a fan of Jesus. I'm a fan of Jesus.
There's another topic, huh? There's a big topic.
Well, I think he was a Buddhist. He was a Buddhist. 14 to 30, he disappeared. He disappeared. He went to India. And then he came back.
Right. Have you been to
India?
India?
If you believe that kind of thing. I've never been to India. I'd love to go.
Okay. When are you going?
I'd love to go anywhere. North Korea is the place I want to go to the most.
Yeah. I've got this really twisted desire to go to North Korea.
Hey,
just because
if it's gone, that's the last place we're going to experience this kind of insanity. Well, that's not true, because you know what? Communism is very popular. The ignorant youth, leftist culture, they are very interested in they think communism is great. Oh yeah, everybody's going to be they think it's some kind of hippie culture. They don't understand, They don't understand, was it what happened in Cambodia, or was it Stalin's Russia? They don't understand that.
do they have the resources to have the knowledge? That's the question. Do they?
They're not allowed to, because I think the educators now, the universities, they're teaching you garbage. They're teaching you leftist garbage.
Yeah, but isn't a lot of it propaganda apparently in North Korea, and they'll only provide you with information?
Of course, I understand. No, yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, in the West, like in America, there's a lot of people pushing for this because they don't understand what has happened.
Right.
I know. I don't want to be. Was it a very insulting? But I was very lucky. I went to an international school in high school in Denmark. I have a lot of friends from all over the world. Turkey, Bulgaria, Poland, Egypt, Japan, Korea, Spain. I mean, you name it. I've got friends everywhere. And let me tell you something. A lot of my friends, their parents worked for embassies, because I went to international school. So I was fortunate to have a friend. I actually, you know what? I can get my friend Paul on the show, maybe, from Poland. And he's a very interesting guy. Well, I must have been 15, 16, and I was able to go to Poland. Now, usually at that time, this is still when this is before the Berlin Wall came down. I went to Poland, and so it was very communist, and I went to Poland. And if you were like a regular citizen traveling to Poland or any Eastern European country, there was a certain amount of dollars, US dollars, that you would have to exchange to be in the country. For example, if you're going to stay in the country, in an Eastern European country, you wanted to stay there for 5 days, you would have to exchange $500, $100 for each day, according to the standard of exchange rate that the country would set.
Right.
I was exempt from that.
Really?
That's Amsterdam, though. Okay.
I
was exempt from that. So I went to Poland, and outside the airport, there was people standing there going, "I buy dollars, we buy dollars, we buy dollars, we buy dollars." And they would pay you like, I must have been double or more, I'm thinking, of what the government's rate was.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm just, what I saw in Poland, I don't want to be, because the people living in Poland, of course, they have love for their country. So I don't want to be, so I don't want to say anything bad about it, but going to Eastern Europe was such a very interesting experience. And I would love to talk. I'm not going to talk about it today. Okay. I don't know if have you been, if you went to, I remember before the Berlin Wall came down, if you went from West Berlin to East Berlin, you would drive through Berlin, and it would be Technicolor to black and white.
What was there was a film, there was a famous song about the post there between East and West along the wall, where it's I can't remember the name. Checkpoint Charlie. No.
Checkpoint Charlie. Yeah. Checkpoint Charlie. Yeah, Checkpoint Charlie. Is that Korea? Now we're getting.
I'm trying to remember. No, I'm just no. But I'll have to check on my history. As you can hear, it's a bit vague when it comes to that part of literally, those few miles around that part of Eastern Europe. But let me tell you, I have been. I think you're going to ask me if I've been over there or close to there. I was in Kiev in Ukraine.
Okay. Well, when?
Oh, before the wall came down, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely a cold feeling there of that's we used to see on the news all the years ago when people used to line up in the Soviet Union and Eastern Bloc countries. If they were going to a butcher or something, all you saw was just you saw the store, and it wasn't looking great anyway. But it just had empty shelves there and empty refrigeration units, and it was
okay. Here, that reminds me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Poland, I remember going to there. I don't know. It was a supermarket. It was a market, and it was like a wall of items. Oh well, today we don't have no soap. Today we don't have no toilet paper. But there's always vodka and cigarettes.
Yeah.
And you would go into the market and you would say, well, you would line up and go to the market. And when you get to the front of the line, there's somebody behind the counter. You say, I want this. I want that. It's all up against the wall. I want that. I want this.
Yep.
They make a list for you. They'd give you the list. Then you would get into another line with this list. When you get to the front of the line, you'd pay for what was on the list. They give you a stamp. Oh, that was paid. Then you would get into another line. And when you get to the front of the line, then say, oh, you paid. Then they would give you the items. Redundancy.
Right.
Communism.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Very fascinating.
So kept on having to line up for each item, and it must have taken all day for some people. And that was a day's work then. But that was sometime.
No, there's no work. You get, was it a food? Was it a vouchers? I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. How times.
Yeah, I think I read a story about, was it it must have been like some kind of, was it a Russian general that actually came to Nassau in Texas, and he came to Nassau, and they're showing him all these, was it the facilities for space. This is when there was a little bit of a collaborative effort, and the only thing he mentioned was that when he went to the supermarket, he couldn't believe how many was it flavors of ice cream we had.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, when I was in Los Angeles at the time when we met, I visited a community center, and there were a lot of Russian immigrants there, and Eastern.
Absolutely.
Very Polish.
You're talking about West Hollywood. A lot of Russian Jews live in West. Between, was it Hollywood and Beverly Hills in the West Hollywood area?
Yeah, I was down Robertson Boulevard, to be specific.
Yeah, exactly. That's the edge of Beverly Hills. Well, that is Beverly Hills actually already.
Well, someone I knew was working there, so I was invited to meet them there. And but one thing I learned very quickly there, and it's even to this day, I think, for a lot of these people who have emigrated to the US from these countries in Europe, sadly, even though they've got their freedoms now, they remember the days when it was communist, and they used to live, for example, in shared accommodation. They may have had their own apartment, but the kitchen and the bathroom, toilet was all shared, for example.
Are you talking about where? In Russia?
When they used to live in Eastern Europe, right? Yeah.
In Eastern Europe, they say Russian, but they're from a lot of places. They're from Belarus. They're from Ukraine. Right. They're from Russia. Also, the Russian Federation. The Russian Federation, basically, the communist bloc.
USSR, right? Yeah, and what became apparent was that they were from there. They grew up there. They lived there for a large part of their life before going to the USA.
Exactly.
In my case, when I met them on the West Coast. But what was sad was they were in this community center, but they were really quiet because they were so used to the fact that they really couldn't discuss certain things, and they wanted to. That's the point. They never used to talk much, even though they lived in the same block as someone. They really wouldn't talk to their neighbor, etc., because they didn't know what links their neighbor had.
Their job was. They don't know what. Yeah, you can't speak.
They couldn't trust each other. And so here they are in the free world now, in the USA, with their new life, but still they're finding it impossible because they've been conditioned in that way. Very sad.
Yeah, exactly. In America, you can say what the fuck you want. Oh, shit. God damn it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. bleep,
I'm
bleep, bleep.
sorry.
Let me just bring this back up again where we were there. You identified this as Amsterdam. I thought I'd just include it in this broadcast because, of course, this is where we go window swapping on the
I
broadcast.
love that. I love that site is great. Window swap. Was it window
Swap.
dash swap.com?
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I got
Show me your window.
There you go. Yeah, and there's a boat going now as we see. But yeah, I
And
just
then
thought
show me your panties after that.
But it is Amsterdam after all, huh? So there you are.
Is it Amsterdam? It is Amsterdam.
Absolutely.
I mean, Denmark has a very near the was it a bit Denmark has a place like that too. There's a few places in Europe that have that. I mean, it could have been Paris too, for all I know.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly
Could have been along to the end,
Paris Hilton could well have been. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, right. But that view out of your apartment, it must be. It's weird, isn't it? But if you had cars going up and down outside, you wouldn't. I think there's probably a street between the what looks like the window, maybe balcony.
See, yeah, sidewalk.
There.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. But as I say, boats going up and down, no problem. So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome there. Where are
there's
we?
a few cities. Well, it could be Paris. It could be Amsterdam. Because of my only because I'm ignorant. Maybe I'm saying that, but of course, I say Amsterdam because automatically because that's the first place that you would think of.
Right, there you go. There's another boat there, but it is indeed Amsterdam. The only problem I've got with it, as we say goodbye to Amsterdam, is that we can't go back there anytime soon, and by choice, because that website they serve you a random window, don't they?
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. And give me some hash brownies.
All right. Hey, what's going on? Let you see.
Very illegal in Japan.
Well, the last time I was offered those was in Marrakesh. No, it was another city on the coast.
Well, they actually give you. Was it what you're talking about with Marrakesh? You're talking about. What you're talking about was it a Mediterranean area too? So that's was
Africa. Come on.
Yeah, what I'm saying is Morocco and stuff like they serve you that instead of was it a tea, right? Like you want some tea, you want some coffee. Hey, how about some hashish?
Well, I was just on the coast. We travelled from Marrakesh to a beach town city called Essaouira. Essaouira is on the Atlantic coast of North Africa there, just right on the corner. And it was a great day. It was very hot, but it was a very windy day, so it kind of balanced out very nicely. But yeah, they were walking up and down the beach with the trays of hash cakes. Not my cup of tea or cake for that.
Really?
But oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no thanks.
Why is it too strong? Does it agree with you?
Curiosity. You know what that did to the cat.
Curiosity. I don't understand. I mean, I know it's nothing to do with curiosity.
Well. The thing is, I mean, it's always possible. It's just like
I'm only drinking whiskey because this is the most legal thing I can get here.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Japan is very strict. I think it's all America's fault. Of course, a lot of it's America's fault.
Everyone making
everything illegal. Land of the free, making everything illegal. Yeah.
Well, apart from
you can't drink beer in the streets unless you have it in a brown paper bag. That's ridiculous. Come on.
Yeah, it's in a brown bottle. So what more do you want? That's what you're saying. But I know it's like the ridiculous thing is, of course, when you see something in a brown bag being drunk, it's alcohol. So it's like, okay, so what are you trying to hide from us? The fact that this person is drinking
totally ridiculous. I remember when we were living in Denmark and we used to go to the beach, and I think it was a case would be about 30 beers, and we used to take it to the beach and we used to set it into the ocean, to cool it down.
Right.
Drink beer.
That makes sense. Yeah, I can.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
I've I don't know. Let me just see comment there. Oh yeah, we're a couple of minutes late on this comment, so Jimmie. But apparently,
catch your food from the balcony. Oh, that must have been Amsterdam. It's always America's fault.
Of course, yeah.
Well, no, because after World War II, I think I'm thinking that America made a lot of changes in Japan. Because I wasn't here at the time, but. Magic mushrooms were available freely in Japan at the time.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah, apparently it's always America's fault as well. She agrees with you there. But yeah. I never used to like mushrooms.
Reefer Madness. If you've never watched it, it's ridiculous. So watch it.
As I was about to say, I better finish my point because I need to qualify. I'm talking about regular vegetables, mushrooms. I never used to like those, but then I just tried them. It was just the look of them as a
Until
child.
you didn't like mushrooms until you've tried magic mushrooms, and then you were just crazy about them.
The thing was, do you know why I didn't like mushrooms as well? Because in my mind, I'd always been told
in your mind, magic mushrooms in your mind,
in my
exactly.
mind, told, when I had stories when I was really young read to me. Okay, and we spoke about these things that had red tops on them with white dots.
God, the Smurfs houses. You're eating Smurfs houses. Yeah,
but that's toadstools, and I was always told, be aware, you know, these are toadstools and they're not mushrooms because these are poisonous. So in my mind, I was like, you know what? As well as not liking the look of regular mushrooms, anyway.
Hold on a second. The poisonous ones are the good ones.
Anyhow, a lot of people say that about people. Anyway, yeah, I just said, you know what, steer clear of that sort of thing, and then you won't make the mistake of eating the wrong one. Anyway, there you go. But that's the point. And again, you think, I thought, so how do they know if they're picking a mushroom or a toadstool or a fungus?
The best way is to ask a shaman.
Okay, have you done that?
No, of course not. The magic mushrooms I've tried, but no, I'm a chicken, so I'm always like, well, not in Japan, of course, but in California, I would maybe take one less.
Mm-hmm.
Just regular mushrooms, not magic ones. I don't even know what that means.
I think that's I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know what the question is. You have to tell us exactly what you're referring to now. Otherwise, yeah, never mind. Maybe someone's already on one. That's there you go.
Magic mushrooms are great. Magic mushrooms are great. I think you know. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You've never tried them, huh?
No.
Really?
You're going to start telling me that I've got to get out more.
No. Well, you got to go to Central America. I think that's where it's happening, right?
That's the what's it called? The ayahuasca.
I think they're yeah, you're right, but I think they're very easy to grow. What's the situation in England?
The situation.
I know that there's a lot of there's a lot of marijuana research, but is it legal?
It is. Well, it hasn't been, you know, like in the USA now. Obviously, in certain states, it's legal. It's legal to grow the plantations there, right? You know, and
absolutely,
and,
finally, great.
Yeah. Here, as far it's certainly it's been degraded in terms of criminality, and you know, if you're caught with it, you get a warning and that. But still, it's not something it's certainly not condoned and encouraged. You know, I get over to Amsterdam, back there again. You see, so with the boats and their.
I remember in Denmark when I was a kid, high school, 16. If you would get caught with hash, they would just take it away from you.
And that was it. That was the punishment. Just lose your.
Yeah, it wasn't such a big deal. You know, I mean, people who smoke in hash and marijuana, they don't cause any trouble. Isn't it? It's strange that, like, you know, I think it's because they can't control it. Like alcohol is distilled, so it's a lot easier to control.
Okay.
So was it people who drink alcohol, they cause problems. You know, people who fight who cause alcohol, can fight. People who fight who alcohol. People on marijuana don't fight.
Yeah, but I think the problem is as well is if they're in control of the situation or something and they're just kind of stoned and chilled.
Nah, come on. It's either if the government is in control of the situation. That's
what I'm
the
saying,
only thing that matters.
For example, taking these substances and working in a responsible role at the same time, it might be a bit.
It's possible. It's very possible. It's completely possible. You know what? This all depends on who the person. Some people can't handle alcohol. Some people can. Some people can handle marijuana. Some people can't. It's the same thing. I've known people who were I've met people. I'm not gonna say known. I've met people who were paralegals on speed, and they methamphetamines and completely coherent.
It's rife. It's all in the city and everywhere. You know, anyone trading.
It just depends on the person. It depends on the person.
But the problem is because it depends on the person, and you can't be specific about. Well, if you're this age and if it's this time of day and the weather's like this,
But if
then
the government passes it, it can be legal. It's ridiculous. It's
yeah, but my point,
ridiculous.
going back to what you're saying,
Depression drugs. If
Yeah.
there's if it's legal and the doctor can prescribe it, it's okay. And if you die from it, it's no big deal.
Mhm. Yeah, but again, they can't. You see, with those sort of drugs, they're prescribed to people, and the dose that they take, is regulated by your doctor. But of
Doesn't
course,
matter. Doesn't matter.
yeah, but with you see this thing with what is currently illicit drugs. The problem with that is, you know, they can't define what is safe for everyone.
What happened to Elvis? What happened to Elvis?
Well, apparently he. Well,
what happened to Michael Jackson?
He was a jailhouse rocker. Michael Jackson, yeah. Well, what about? Well, Michael Jackson. I don't know what happened to him.
And he was also your teddy bear.
Or something,
he was also your teddy bear.
Really?
Of course.
What, Michael Jackson?
No, Elvis Presley.
Okay.
Elvis.
Yeah. Do you know, as I've grown up older, I've become more a fan of his music. That's for sure. I'm not hugely.
Whose?
Excuse me?
Whose?
What was that? Sorry.
Whose music?
Elvis Presley.
Oh.
Yeah. Some of those tracks. And in fact, I was looking at a video the other day. I think it was "Hunk of Burning Love" or something like that, or it might have been
"Burning Love."
Yeah, something like that. And,
CC Rider.
Yeah, I think it was all in the same. You mentioned that one. It was in the same.
In the Ghetto
show that he was putting on. It was a live performance. And
which one?
I'm trying to remember.
Comeback special. So many.
No, I think it was in Hawaii. I think it was
with the karate moves.
I can't remember. I don't remember seeing those, but yeah. But yeah, Elvis Presley. How old would he be today? Go on, work it out now. You've had enough to drink. So
that's a Beatles song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can work it out.
Yeah. Well, that's oh goodness. You just got me back for right live here when
because I'm back.
You know, you said to me, "I'll be there," and I quoted a couple of songs to you, didn't I? There was Jess.
Those people. It's a Jackson 5.
Well, no. You said I'll be
there.
Oh, there is that one, yeah. But there was also another one by, Friends. Of course.
January 8th, 1935.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. Yeah. What about it?
So let's say 2020
85
minus
85
1935. He would 85? Be 85 years old.
Wow.
Elvis would be 85.
Wow.
I mean, come on. Kiss are touring. They're like 70.
Yeah, where's it taking place?
I saw them on their last show in 2019 in Nagoya. Here, it was the last show in 2019 for Kiss was where I live, about 10 minutes away from here.
And where's the next one?
Well, 2021 because all the shows this year have been canceled.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, In the Ghetto, great song. It is a great song.
Yeah.
Today it would probably be called "It's Racist." Oh my God, it's racist.
What you think so? That they'd be on to?
There's a lot going on at the moment. Yeah, I think the news and the media today just like latch onto anything. They're just stupid and ignorant.
They want to provoke people themselves. That's it. To get a story and get a reaction.
Martin, if we're going to do the show, you have to promise me that we will not bow down to any pressure. Then I will talk.
Do you feel pressurized at the moment?
Huh? Well, I can't even say fuck on the show
right now. You can't say what? Oh, I've got a button for that. There you go. Okay, but I've got a button for that. There we go. There, I've just found the button, Jimmy. Look, see that magic button with the icon there? Oh.
Unfortunately, I can unmute myself.
Yeah, I think you can actually in this instance. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with the technology when it comes. Listen, you can drive the show yourself apparently by sharing your screen and all that. So goodness me, yeah. I'm glad we didn't go any further with the comments and the conversation earlier on with panties. Goodness knows what we'd have been sharing on the screen. For heaven's sake, Jimmie. Right. Okay. Oh, that's good. We've got the bleep piece out there. Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay.
Right.
So which Elvis do you like? Come on, it's a
Well, there
serious
was only one
question.
Elvis.
No. Untrue. Come on.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen
Give us
now.
the
I'm going to
option.
do a share screen.
Right.
Share screen.
Tell us when you're ready to square and share the screen. And
there we go.
yeah, when you're ready, do it. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. We got young Elvis. There was young Elvis.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see where we're going with this. Oh, we're back in. Hey,
Amsterdam.
We're back in Amsterdam. What happens if I press that? There you go.
Okay. We got young Elvis.
Yeah. You
and
go.
this is not look like this is a comeback special probably about leather Elvis.
Okay.
And then we got fat Elvis.
No,
so there's
we'll definitely go with the
comeback special, leather Elvis.
Yeah, that's a good one. The next one, one more time.
Yeah, but young Elvis, young Elvis was good too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Jailhouse Rock Elvis. Oh, that's military Elvis. Military Elvis.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think young Elvis will go with there. Certainly with the pictures you've shown us.
Are you serious? I'm thinking. Yeah, you know what? They each basically to me. There's three Elvises. Oh, Sideburn Elvis. She's saying Sideburn Elvis.
Yeah. Well,
that's that though. That is fat Elvis. Hamburger eating, pill popping Elvis. In karate,
wow. He liked a bit of karate.
By this time, he was singing. He was singing like Simon and Garfunkel, just like a bridge over troubled water.
Yeah, you've got to remind people that you did do a bit of singing yourself. Then we might be even. We might have something up from you.
Well, I haven't done. I haven't sang for a year, but yes, I sang professionally.
Yeah, I didn't
Even
know
though
I'm
a heavy metal singer, hard rock heavy metal singer, but professionally I was singing jazz.
You were, yeah. Is that your favorite? I can't remember what you said. I think I asked you that before, and I can't remember your reply.
Well, my favorite is my favorite right here. I got my favorite right here. Ooh. I'm going to tell you right now.
All right.
What my favorite is right here. Oh, okay. You know, as I'm.
Jimmie's having a fun ball, everyone. And,
okay, here we go.
You got it? Yeah. Can we go? Yeah. What you got there?
52nd Street.
Oh yeah, the Billy Joel. Is it Joel or Joel? Who knows?
Glass houses.
Yeah, I love that stuff from Billy Joel. Certainly. An
Innocent Man.
Innocent Man. That
single. And of course, The Stranger.
Yeah, I think we saw that album.
We all have a face that we hide away forever.
I think you held that up last week, that album, when we were talking along the lines of your new venture, your little hobby, really.
Yeah,
but it is, you know, so repairing hi-fi, vintage hi-fi. Has that progressed in the week, or have you had time?
Well, I'm working on it. It's going to take some time because I don't understand any of this. What is it? Maybe you can help me. What I don't understand, I can't tell the difference between a diode and a FET.
Diode
or a FET, field effect transmitter or resistor.
Okay. Oh, I'm quite good on the resistors when it comes to numbering them and their value. You know, they have the different color bands around them, don't they?
Well, this is what we do. How about we do a live session with a repair?
Yeah, we could do that.
Online repair. No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, go on.
Let me tell you something. Especially in this era, like this because of the coronavirus, this COVID-19.
Yes.
I have the original Michael Jackson Thriller album. Good.
I don't think it's the original one, Brenda. Is the actual?
Why not?
No,
well,
no.
Why not? Why? It could be the original pressing.
No,
she's
it's not.
in the United States. Why not? Well, I don't. She's a
It's
lady, so I
crazy.
don't want to ask her how old she is, but it could be possible. It could be
You mean how
possible.
young? You mean you weren't going to ask her? Yeah, right. But I don't. I really don't think it was the original pressing. It will be a copy
The
of the
repair.
original.
Listen
Yeah,
to me, Martin. Right. Let me
yeah.
tell you something. Right now, because of the COVID-19 Corona, everything's going online, and actually, it's 10 years too late. I don't know if I
Right.
told you last time. I was watching the news in Japan, and a French professor, I think it was the University of Paris, was talking about for 20 years they've had a discussion. We should put discussions online. We should do lectures online. We should put classes online. Then other professors like, no, we shouldn't. That's ridiculous. Blah blah blah. 20 years talking back and forth, back and
Yeah.
forth. And when COVID-19 comes in
We
two
had no
weeks, they're
choice.
online.
We
They're
had no.
online.
What
Okay,
about clothes?
I'm thinking. Hold on. I'm thinking. Was it a doctors? Medical evaluations can be done online. Lawyers can be law was it advice can be given online like this. So why not uh teaching repair
Yeah, of course we can
online?
do that. Listen,
Absolutely.
yeah, everything you're saying, you see, by the way, as you can see, it is a
A
copy of the
copy, I
album.
mean.
Yeah, a copy of the album.
I don't understand a copy of them. I don't. What does a copy of an
A
album mean?
copy of the album, the album that she has, the original album, it is a copy of the original. It isn't the actual original pressing. So anyway, remember we
Okay.
were talking earlier about.
I got a lot of. I got original pressings. I got a few original pressings.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your fingerprints or something more. Others would consider to be
No. I'm talking
more
about that was
value. What you got?
actually it was
Come
made
on, what you
in
got?
that year in the official release.
I
Like
thought you were going to tell me like your
da da da
band,
da da da
an
da da
official.
da 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 down 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 down. Love Gun by Kiss. Original pressing. I think it's got a picture of Kiss. Oh, a Love Gun. Well, actually, it doesn't have the gun, but I remember when the gun used to come with it. I had a gun too. Here we go.
I guess that was the US version because yeah, again we've gone back to that earlier on.
Woo!
Yeah, in the US, yeah, everybody has their guns, and that's allowed under the is it the Fifth Amendment? Yeah,
No. Gun isn't allowed under the Second Amendment,
Second
but a gun.
Amendment.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. The right to bear arms. That's great. I mean, yeah, I know you should be able to carry a gun. Guns don't kill. People do.
But you can't do that in Japan so easily,
No,
right?
you can't.
Yeah,
I want to get a
same here
switchblade.
in England.
My thing is, I want to get a switchblade. It's very funny. I
Oh,
remember. I remember going on a school trip in high school. This was an
hmm
American high school,
right.
international school. We went to. Oh, I went. We went to Italy. We went to Venice, and all the boys bought switchblades. Isn't that funny? All the boys bought switchblades.
What did the girls buy?
I wasn't watching. When all the boys bought switchblades, the teachers confiscated it until we got back to Denmark. But in America, switchblades are illegal unless you buy a kit. How about
I mean,
England? Knives are
yeah, all
illegal
that.
in England.
Yeah, everything. It's very. The
A
laws
nail
are quite.
file's illegal in England.
I think they might be soon. Yeah, the way things are going. Yeah, who knows? It's with this government anyway. Yeah, interesting times. Now I'm
Well,
watching you, and you're watching. So you're watching your glass, was it? Oh, yeah. Were you doing a refill there? Yeah.
Jim Beam. You know what? Next week, you know what? I'm gonna introduce some scotch. How about that? Today's bourbon.
Right.
Maybe next
What
week
are we
I'll do
gonna
some
do?
scotch.
Yeah, I don't like
I
when
mean,
it
I
comes.
have my what?
I was gonna say when it comes to whiskey, the one it tastes like I can describe it as perfumey. Is Bell's whiskey. Okay, that's a very popular one.
Bells. Never heard of it.
Yeah, have you not? Okay, but I
Is
do
it
love my Jack
English? What is
Daniels.
it? Scotch or is it Scotch or is it what is
Yeah,
it? What is it?
yeah, yeah. You're
It's
gonna check
Scotch,
it out
so it's
now.
without the E. Without the E.
Check it out.
Without the E.
We're talking drugs again now with ease. No, but I only
No. Come on. Here. America spells it with an E.
that's heavy. Hold it still there. That's right. You do. Yeah. No,
England is or Scotch, Irish, England, British Isles, without the E.
yeah. Yeah. No, Bell's whiskey. It's a brand of Scottish whiskey.
Is it like a what was it? Cheap brand, high brand, alcoholic
Um,
brand?
see that I would say it's a reputable brand, but it's just not my style, and it's from what I said, it's
What's
not
your
a
style,
favourite of
Martin?
mine.
What's your style? Come on, tell me. What's your style?
As I say, I would rather prefer something like a JD. And
You're a bourbon guy. You're a bourbon guy. See,
yeah,
let me tell you something. I have my favorite. This is the funniest thing. When I started working in a jazz, I was singing professionally in a jazz club in Yokohama in Japan, and the customers would bring these expensive bottles of wine, expensive bottles of whiskey, and then I started learning about whiskey.
right.
Jim Beam is a real cheap, good whiskey, American bourbon whiskey. But here's the thing: I have favorite Scotch whiskey, and I have favorite bourbon American whiskey, and I actually have a favorite Irish whiskey too. So I'm going to tell you my favorite American bourbon.
Do we need a drum roll? We do.
I.W. Harper,
I
12,
don't.
12
Can't say
year.
I've tried that.
I.W.
12
Harper
years.
12 year comes in a square bottle, a cubic bottle. It's so good. American whiskers made out of corn, and then was it a Scotch? I'm going to have to go with Ballantine's 17.
You do like your alcohol, don't you? Certainly
No, no, no,
trying
no,
them
no.
all, and
Oh, what
no.
did she say? Wait, here we go. Here we go. Was it? How do you feel about
Um,
rum?
yeah. How do you feel about rum? There you are.
Well, if
There's
I was
another
a
question.
pirate, if I was a pirate, well, I don't know. What was it? A real rum, fake rum? I don't know. What is it like? Bacardi's a rum, right? Is that a real rum? Bacardi?
I like Bacardi.
Well,
I think
I remember when I was young in high school, we used to drink a lot of Bacardi.
yeah.
Bacardi with Coke.
Mm-hmm.
With the bat. Because I think I drank Bacardi because I like the bat. I like bats. So Bacardi is what? It's an American, privately held, family-owned company in the world, originally known as Anonymous Bacardi White Rum, where it's from Cuba. It is established in February 4th, 1862, in Santiago de Cuba. Now it's an American company. But actually, I think maybe dark rum Myers is the way to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Myers is more of a true rum.
What one that's very popular is that Captain Morgan's. It's all over the
Oh,
place.
give me two pina coladas, one for each hand. Garth Brooks.
There's a name I haven't heard for a while.
Garth Brooks, the way to go.
Garth Brooks.
If you want to get into country, this is the way to go. If you want to start, if you don't know country, of course, you should start with this. I'm gonna suggest that Garth Brooks. Of course, if you want to go hardcore, then I would go with the Outlaws with Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson and such.
I'll tell you something, Jimmy. One whiskey, while we're on that subject, that I almost forgot is definitely one I have to drink slowly. I don't have it that often, which is one reason I almost forgot it. It's Chivas Regal. And I think it's like 12-year-old, 18-year-old, and
Chivas
there's
is
another
good.
one.
Chivas is okay. Chivas is
Yeah.
good, but
Do you think it's
it doesn't have
overrated? Maybe.
it's
Yeah.
over. And the Thunder Rolls. Yeah, she's mentioning a Thunder Rolls. Yeah, Garth Brooks is king. Is definitely king.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just wondering why she's on about the Thunder Rolls. I've missed something there,
Because I
obviously.
mentioned Garth Brooks. That's a song by
Right.
Garth Brooks.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because you mentioned you mentioned Captain Morgan, then I got into the Garth Brooks thing. I think
I
right.
understand. Yeah.
I need to see Garth Brooks live is a show I need to see live. In my lifetime, I've seen so many live shows. There's a few that I've missed. There's a few that I regret missing, which I could have seen. Is Queen. I
Mhm.
think Queen. I think that Queen. I missed
Freddie
because I
Mercury,
was
yeah.
so much into metal at the time that I was like, I'd rather see Slayer. But Queen, I missed. Another one, Michael Jackson, I missed. The Ramones, I missed. And Garth Brooks, I need to see.
Yeah.
God damn it, he's never coming here. He's never coming to Japan.
Looks like you're heading back to the USA.
You know what? I would fly. I'd probably fly back to the U.S. for a Garth Brooks show. I'm contemplating flying back because right now because of the COVID, he's probably not playing. But Billy Joel is playing. He's playing like Madison Square Garden
Is he?
every month, I think.
Yeah.
Oh look, Adam
Really?
Lambert.
In New York
She
City?
saw. Yes, every month. Like he's got a monthly
Wow.
gig. That's ridiculous. I saw a Queen last summer with AKA Adam Lambert. Yeah, Adam Lambert is a good. Was it a impersonation?
Mm.
Um, I
Yeah.
liked it with what was it? Was it Raj? Wasn't was it who was Mr. Big?
Mr. Big, there's a name from the past as well.
Not
Yeah,
Miss.
people.
Sorry, not Mr. Big. Sorry, it's a
No, but
Bad
I know
Company. Bad Company.
I know that
Bad
name as
Company.
well. But yeah.
Of course, because Mr. Big took their name from a Bad Company song, Mr. Big. Bad Company. Paul Rogers or was it Paul Rogers was singing with was it Queen for a while. Man, Paul
Uh,
Rogers has got a good voice.
I don't
Was
recall
it
that.
Adam Lambert is a very good imitation of was it
What, Freddie
Freddie
Mercury?
Mercury?
Right. Okay. You know what? It sounds like I should get
Sammy was low,
get your heads
just
together. You
standing.
and my friend Stuart on the West Coast there. He's into his music as well. Not necessarily the same. A
Who?
friend of mine, Stuart, who you may have met possibly once, maybe not when we were all together over there in Southern Cal. But yeah, he's very knowledgeable when it comes to music and certainly knows some good stuff as well. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Well,
No, we're not ending yet. Come on, we gotta continue to go. Come on, let's talk about English music.
what's the
What do we
next
got?
topic, Jimmy?
Well, I could go on Black Sabbath, Motorhead. I can go.
Oh,
Come on.
Motorhead. Now I met him. Now you mentioned him. You see.
In L.A.,
Oh,
you probably met him in L.A. at the Rainbow.
yeah. He was
Lemmy.
Lemmy.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I, I,
I used
he,
to go to a strip club called Jumbo's Clown Room, and I used to meet him all the time on Hollywood Boulevard.
right.
And they took the was it the gamble was it the slot machines out of it, and so then he didn't come anymore. So he was always playing Mrs. Pac-Man in the Rainbow Bar and
Mrs.
Grill on
Pac-Man.
Sunset. Well,
Yeah.
that's why they
Well.
had this. I mean, they have a statue of Lemmy now on in the Blue Oyster Cult. Oh yeah, Blue Oyster Cult is okay. Don't fear the. I saw them at the Key Club in West Hollywood. Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah. Well, I met him. It was a strange moment.
Lemmy.
Lemmy. Yeah.
I gave
Lemmy.
him my CD. My band net went nowhere, but Lemmy had a copy of my CD,
Yeah.
my
Well,
demo.
he passed away. What about now? Well, it must be about 3 or 4 years ago. Something.
2015 was it?
Yeah,
2015
was it really? But as I say, he was always up there at the Rainbow
at the
Bar and
Rainbow.
Grill, Sunset Boulevard, and I happened to be in there. I'd had a I'd had a good night. I'd been sitting there at the bar, and remember, I'd been there a few times, a few years over the years at the beginning of the
Yeah.
noughties, beginning of 2000,
I've
and
met so many people there. It's ridiculous how many people are hang out there at
right.
was it Bar and Grill.
No, absolutely, but
I
there's a
was in
lot
the
of
next urinal next to Ace Frehley. Let me tell you that much.
wow. There's your claim there. Right, you see, you learn it all here on Shine.
Ace Frehley.
And I, because I'd had a bit too much to drink sitting at the bar there, I decided to take myself to the toilet, to the bathroom. And I went up there and I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling too good. I need to sit down. So I shut the lid on one of the cubicle toilets and
Upstairs,
sat
the second floor, the behind the
upstairs,
kitchen.
upstairs, and I sat there, shut the door, locked the door. Excuse me. What's that? I missed. Right. Okay. Yes. Wow. Be careful there, Jimmy. You might get lost in with all those nuts. And Anyhow, so there I was in the bathroom, and remember that place shut around about 2 a.m. something like that there, and I think it was 2 a.m. actually. And on that particular night, there I was. I headed up there about 1:30, about 12:30, maybe between 12. Anyway, the next thing I know, all I heard was a banging on the door. It's time to go. Time to go. It was 2 o'clock, so I had fallen asleep, and in my arms, my head was just resting there, and I slowly made my way out of that cubicle, down the stairs, and as I did so, I went back to the bar, just sat there for a few moments. I was still clearing some people out. I looked over to my side. It was to my left side, and I saw this guy chatting to a couple of girls. Fish Tank was behind them because they have a couple of those there at the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Oh
And
man,
it
Motorhead,
was
legendary. I love Motorhead.
it was Mr. Motorhead himself, Lemmy. And
Lemmy Kilmister.
I actually, it was fascinating listening to him talking and everything. Just such down to earth person, and obviously so different to what you would see on stage.
He's very intelligent, capable guy.
Yeah,
You know,
never
I
judge
think
a book by its cover ever, and
you know
that was
what
probably one of the handful of moments in life that taught me that.
Yes. I think Motorhead is probably the band that I have seen the most in my life. Starting in
Right.
Denmark, probably in Sweden, I've seen them too, and I've saw them in Los Angeles too.
Yeah.
He was living in Hollywood, very close in my area, but
Your area, remind me.
Hollywood.
Right, actually in the
Well,
Hollywood area.
he lived in West Hollywood, but
Right.
But definitely was it damn Motorhead. They're legendary.
Yeah. And I remember that evening. Just I was there listening to him, as I say, and you remember the barman who was clearing up at the time. Zoot was Zoot.
I don't know.
A Mexican guy who's worked there ever since I've known the place, and yeah, it's part of the history there as well. Azus, that's it, Azus, and
Jesus, Jimmie, Jesus, you mean?
Yeah. I think it was. I think it.
Jesus.
Yes. I think it is. That's right. It
His
is.
name
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
Jesus.
That's right. Yeah, spelled with a J and pronounced with the yes. Exactly. Yeah. I just for some reason in my mind it was slightly different to Jesus, but no, it was Jesus, as you say, Jesus. If you want a literal translation. Then we're back there again. You see, Jimmie, we've done the circuit earlier on. What you're mentioning.
It all leads back to God.
Enthusiastic people.
It all leads back to God.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But he really made my night. I think what made my night was that moment. It was almost an hour just sitting there listening.
After you woke up from the bathroom, right? After you woke up.
Yeah, woke up in the bathroom, went downstairs and slipped my backside onto one of the stools in front of the bar, and they were still clearing up and everything. And I just sat there, chilled, and I was listening to this guy. No one asked me to leave. Which was good. They were still clearing other people out, as I say, but even then and I was just really thankful for that moment. It was a unique moment that you can't buy.
Let's what Britta says. I would have loved to have seen Jimi Hendrix in concert. You spelled Jimmy wrong. It's Jimi. There's so many ways to spell Jimmy. Jimi Hendrix was Jimi.
Yes.
Jimmy Page was Jimmy, and my name is Jimmie. So there's many different ways to spell Jimmy. Jimi Hendrix. And interesting because Lemmy used to roadie for Jimi Hendrix.
Is that a fact? I didn't know that.
It's a fact.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Very interesting. And again, we're talking about time. I don't know why my brain's just gone back to social media, and this is when MySpace was a thing there. And I'm just thinking like bands, LA, and it's a big scene there, of course, it really is. And people go there to make it or not.
500 bands, 500 bands a night, and it's very hard to make it.
500 bands a night? What, before?
Come on, my band was great. My band was great. We used to play in a club that was owned by Slim Jim Phantom from the Stray Cats.
Right.
It's very
Where
hard
was
to
that?
make in LA. It was on
Was
the Sunset Strip next to was it the Roxy, but the problem is that you know I was probably
but there
15
was the
years too
whiskey,
late.
wasn't there? There was the whiskey, the Roxy, and then there was the
The Cat
rest of the
Club,
time were going
Slim
on.
Jim
So
Phantom owned a club called the Cat Club. I mean I don't know if he still owns it. I mean I'm in Japan, so I have no idea. But we used to play there a lot. I used to play there a lot. I played there a lot. So I
wow.
opened up for people from Guns N' Roses. I was opening up for people from Poison and Iron Maiden.
Support act.
Some
Yeah.
members from all these major bands, and I'd be with the opening band or whatever it was.
Viper Room. Did you ever play there? Because I remember I've never been in there. But that was
I think I played the pipe. I think I played the Viper Room.
Johnny
I
Depp,
played the Viper
the
Room.
owner of the club, right?
Yeah. I played the Viper
Yeah.
Room.
And the one that closed down, and I only had a very brief, so just went in and out, very brief, was the one owned by Nikki Sixx from Fleetwood Mac.
No, Nikki Sixx. What are you talking about? Come on, stop being ridiculous. Nikki Sixx is from Motley Crue. Stevie Nicks is
Stevie
from Fleetwood
Nicks.
Mac.
That's it.
Which
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is it?
yeah,
Come on, give me
yeah,
a break.
yeah. Wait a minute. Well, hold on a minute.
Stevie
Which one?
Nicks
Which
owned
one? No,
Stevie Nicks
sorry,
owned. Was it a
sorry.
club?
It was the oh goodness! It had like a water, not a
Steve,
water tower on top. It was if you're
Stevie Nicks.
facing, if you're facing east. No, it
No.
was.
That was owned by Steven Tyler. And if you're talking about the House of Blues,
Thank you. There you go. This is it. I knew I could bounce off you there. The House of Blues. What a great venue that was, and why it shut
Dan
down.
Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd owns that.
Really? Yeah, but it's gone now. So
House of Blues.
House
Let's
of
see.
Blues on Sunset. That was it.
West
Yeah,
Hollywood
Hollywood. What?
owners. Let's see who owns it. Owners.
Yeah. No, it was one of the. It was definitely. I'm pretty sure it's from Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
Nikki. Was it Stevie Nicks?
It was, yeah.
I think Dan Aykroyd, Steven Tyler.
Yeah. But you've got to have some sort of business interest along the way, I suppose. To keep them.
I know. I had my demo tape was at the House of Blues, but I never got called.
Right. Yeah.
But my band was good, dude. I had a fucking amazing guitar player. I had amazing drummer. I had like top class fucking musicians in my band. I was the least musical of the band. I mean, I'm the vocalist songwriter, but I was the least musical of the band. I have been very lucky. When I started music in high school, when I was starting in Denmark, when I started out, my drummer was. This is very funny. We're all into metal, right? We're metal, but my first drummer and guitar player that I worked with was a French. My drummer was a French horn player, probably one of the leading ones in the world at the time, and he was 14 at the time. And my guitar player was an oboe player, which is a very rare. And they both played was it Barcelona Olympics? Barcelona, as we were talking about Queen. I remember the drummer was it Justin. He was playing was it a Hong Kong Philharmonic? Then he played after that. He played at the Boston Pops. He was playing in Boston Pops, and so basically was it my band. I have been always lucky with amazing bands. Is your band on YouTube?
Yeah.
Is my band
It's
on
a
YouTube?
band on YouTube. Yeah,
No, my band is not on you. My band is not on YouTube, but I uploaded a few songs.
What tube are they on then?
That I don't even have the password for my fucking. Was it
Oh, hold on a second. There we go again. There we go. It's another bleep.
What did I say?
Well, we don't want to repeat it, do we?
Okay. So then, what you have to do is Martin, it's up to you to play one of my songs online.
It is really.
Yeah.
Okay.
So play this song. It's a demo. It's a demo. I'm gonna put it in the comments here. Play it for me.
Okay. private comment. We may be able to play it shortly, but do continue. I'm just looking. You sent that to me, did you? In a comment, right? Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you right now. I'm gonna send it to you.
Going to do it?
Is this it? Is this it?
We'll see what
Is
we
this
can do.
it?
Something happened. Yeah, something
Oh
happened
no.
there.
Take the plus away. Take the plus
Okay,
away.
yeah,
I made
I
a
got that.
mistake.
Yeah, okay, carry on anyway, and I'll
The
see
plus
what
is wrong.
I'll see what I can do, Jimmie.
It's just a song. It's no video. It's no video. But I don't even have access to that fucking account anymore. Oh, sorry. Damn it! Alcohol is no good for making you curse.
No, you don't want to be. Do you know? I think I've got. Yeah, the song that you sent me. We'll play that just shortly. What was your favorite all-time venue though to play in LA? Certainly, well, when you're out there, doing your thing and gigging there. Would you say?
Well, I did like the Cat Club. I did like the Slim Jim Phantoms Club. I mean, we used to play before, like all these people from Poison and Guns N' Roses and Iron Maiden, like not Iron Maiden, but like was it a band member? Was it not? Was it no Roadies and stuff like that from Iron Maiden? All these different people, And I'm a big Alice Cooper fan. Alice Cooper people and stuff like that. I used to play in front before them.
Yes, as you were saying, like a support act before they came onto the stage.
Yeah. We're trying to make it, but the biggest problem was that I was 15 years too late. I was born 15 years too late, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, all our songs were like, would have been gold in the 80s, but at the time, no, I would have had a rap.
And overall, I mean, you've played Japan. Any rock in Japan while you've been there?
No. I've only been singing jazz, but I'm actually thinking about putting a cover band together, maybe. Play some AC/DC, Motorhead. Yeah, soon. I've been thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's good to mention. I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it.
Come on, let's hear. Give me a few. Let's do a minute of 60 seconds of that song, and then we can get it over with.
I was trying. You're going to have to bear with us on that one, Jimmie, because yeah. We need to try and get it sorted out so that we can get people to hear it, because right now they won't be able to hear it properly if I just do it just like that. I wish we could, but it's not going to happen.
Here, I'll do it.
Not immediately. You can. Yeah. If you've got the technology there, I was trying to just get the sound just right.
Who cares about the sound? It's rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Can you see it?
Can we see? We can see something there. Oh, yeah, but I don't think you're going to be able to. Go on, you play. Go for it. Jimmie's playing right off of YouTube. And
here we go.
Apparently. It's very quiet, this song, Jimmie. Oh. Yeah, I thought it would be quiet. You see, this is it. This is why I wasn't going to play it necessarily. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Ooh, what? Cat Club sounds like a place from the 40s, says Brenda. There you go. Hello, Jimmie. I think Jimmie can hear his song, because we certainly can't. I think that's what's happened. I think Jimmie can hear the song, everyone. Terrific, says Brenda. Gosh, goodness me, if only Jimmie was... Are you still with us, Jimmie, or on a different planet? What's going on?
And acting cool. Oh, well, that's it. That's it for now.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it, Jimmie? You can't hear us now. Oh, dear. Well, I hope you can.
It's classic rock and roll, stolen from the 50s.
It's all gone wrong with Jimmie, yes, for sure. Jimmie, he's still there? No. Jimmie seems to there he is, and it does seem as though Jimmie's in a world of his own at the moment. Welcome to ShineCast, and let's just see. Is he still in the world?
Thank you, Red Jacket. Thank you.
He's still in his world of his
What?
own. He'll come back
AC/DC.
shortly. It's funny because I can hear him, but I'm not sure that he can hear me. We certainly didn't hear any of that song, but visually, we certainly saw what Jimmie used to look like in his band when he was fronting that in yesteryear in Los Angeles, across all the different clubs and bars where they used to play. I'm just laughing
With
now.
no
because
success. With no
there he is.
success.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to let someone else tell you just how good the sound was of that music.
Yeah. It's finished.
Yeah. We can definitely hear you now, Jimmie. But the question is how the track sounded to everyone, because this is why I wasn't going to jump in there myself and play immediately, because with this technology, it just doesn't play ball so easily. I'm glad anyway. As I say, it appears that no one's complaining online, so he must have heard it successfully. I must have been the only one that didn't hear it. So yeah. Did you enjoy that song, Jimmie?
It's a great song. I think it's a great song.
Right. I wonder what anyone.
Here's the thing is, I wrote that in close to 20 years ago, probably 15 years ago. It was out of time at the time, but it wasn't out of time because the thing is that song I created was based on Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Elvis Presley.
Okay.
I wrote that song in probably after 2000, but that song was stolen. I stole it. I stole it from Little Richard. I stole it from Jerry Lee Lewis. I stole it from Elvis. Stole it straight out. Straight out, I stole it. The words too and the lyrics too, I stole it.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Were they happy about that? I guess not. They never got back to him.
Here's the deal. That was a demo, and I was actually trying to get I think he passed away, but I was trying to get Little Richard to play on it.
Right. And what happened?
The thing is, and I had a connection, but it was, a lot of things are iffy. I've met Little Richard many times on Hollywood Boulevard. He used to hand out Bibles on on Hollywood Boulevard, but I never had the guts. I never got the guts enough to tell him.
What's this all about? To tell us more. Yeah.
Well, Little Richard used to drive around in a limo on Hollywood Boulevard and pass out with the Bibles.
Really?
And so, and I would talk to him a little bit, but I never got up the guts to ask him. Actually, I was trying to get it from another producer, somebody else, to try to get him to play on my. You didn't hear the music though.
No, this is what I was trying to tell you, Jimmie. You see, because unfortunately, the way the technology works,
you muted me.
It just won't allow you just to play, even though you heard it and we saw you enjoying yourself, and we heard just you and a few groans and noises. We didn't hear the music, which is why I was trying to just abide a bit of time so that we could actually play it in a way that I know people would definitely hear.
Well, I'll do it next time.
No, we can do it. Well, I might be able to quickly cut back to it now. Now I've been given a few moments, and any moment, few moments. How are we going with that? Yeah, we should get it there. Unfortunately, there's no video with it. It's only audio, right? It's just a still image.
Well, the beautiful picture of me. Other than that.
Yeah, well, we were just saying. I was saying at least I got an opportunity to see what you look like when you're fronting your band, despite not being able to hear the music. All those. Well, it seems like another lifetime ago, doesn't it, for you? So, don't you music really wanted? Oh, you will. Are you
trying to say I'm old?
No, you have a time machine, don't you? According to, it's a sad day. Apparently, we've just been told. So no music. Really wanted to hear. Yeah. Look, you really wanted to hear music by you, apparently. So yeah. Well, we'll see what happens shortly. Let me just double check something here. See all this technical stuff that we have to keep on top of. Hey, Jimmie, just for you, I'll let people hear a little bit of that track right now.
Yeah.
some rhythm and soul. 'Cause I believe in rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. Come on, everybody shake and rattle and roll. 'Cause I believe in rock and roll. I don't believe the things they teach in school. I don't believe all the silly rules. Like leather and acting cool. You best believe that rock and roll rules. I believe in rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. Good golly, Miss Molly, won't you bless my soul? 'Cause I believe in rock and roll. I don't believe in all the wars we fight. I don't believe it's all black and white. All pretty girls and dancing all night to the beat of a rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. Great balls of fire burn right through my soul. 'Cause I believe in rock and roll. The beat and the rhythm, baby, of the drums and the bass. The sound of that six strings is where I put my faith. A hand on my heart and a sparkle in my eyes. I'm giving you my reasons. Yeah, I'm telling you why, yeah. I believe in rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. But one thing I believe with all my heart and soul is that music called rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. I believe in rock and roll. From LA to London and to Tokyo, can't you hear that rock and roll?
That's really good, actually. I still love that song.
I don't know who it is. Sounds good though.
Yeah. And fade out. And fade out.
Yeah, I believe in rock and roll.
Thank you.
Okay. Woo. I've been
You know,
told that enough.
it's very
what?
funny that you're playing this song now because this is actually the time that I wrote and recorded this song is actually around the same time that I met you, Martin.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly the same time.
Wow.
Exactly the time. It was a pinnacle at the time. It was a pinnacle of what was happening.
Right.
And meeting you was at that same time. So
And it was
there must it's very funny that we met at that time and we have been keeping in touch, but really haven't been doing anything. But I think maybe something is coming together now, and there was a reason why we met at that time.
Oh yeah, you see, that's right. It's a bit like what I say. A lot of business people go to networking events. They meet people. Maybe when COVID aside, although they can still do it now with social distancing.
Hollywood's a big networking event.
Yeah, well, Hollywood is exactly. It's a networking frigging warehouse, really. And venue.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda.
There you go. She liked that stuff. She thought it was impressive. But yeah, so you go to these events, and I always say to people, because a lot of newbies there are and younger people, they go there, they just got their qualification, and they're waiting for the next big job, their first big job, and they're hoping by swapping information with someone that they're going to have a phone call the following day, the following week. Hey, I'd like to hire you, or come in.
And sometimes it never works out. Let me tell you something.
So I'm just going to
1,000 out of
finish.
1. It's 1,000 to 1. It's not 1,000,000 to 1. It's 1,000 to 1.
But my point
5,000.
is that just like you just mentioned, we met all that time ago. Things are happening now, a long time later. All right,
There was a reason for it.
But when you go to these events, a lot of people, I do try and remind them. It's my view that nothing's going to happen that night necessarily, or the following week. And what happens is, I always say, it's like a snakes and ladders board. If you want some sort of analogy, you're working your way along that board, 1, 2, 3, trying to get to 100. By the time you get to number 40, which might be in a year's time, the phone will go from someone you met a year ago, wanting to collaborate, that sort of thing. So do you see? So you're on number 40 now. You're going to your event tonight. All right. But while you're going there, the phone tomorrow doesn't ring because of someone you met 24 hours ago. It rings now because of the people you met a year ago, and on square number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what it's all about, you see, is so it's sort of almost, you could say, slowly catchy monkey is one expression. If you haven't heard that
Catchy
one
monkey?
before. Yeah. Don't
Have you been playing with your monkey again?
Jimmy,
Have you caught your monkey again?
Hey, do you know? Oh, no. Okay, so you mentioned that. Go back to I love, everyone knows me as a chocoholic, and one thing I used to order.
Chocoholic? Did you say chocoholic?
I said a chocoholic, yeah.
I'm a big Cadbury fan, just to let you know.
Right. Best chocolate in the world. And the one thing I used to order at that Rainbow Bar, and they used to thought I was crazy, was a chocolate monkey, if they knew how to make it. Which was
what was it? Mozart chocolate? What was it?
I don't know. It was like a milk-based frigging cocktail, with cocoa, creme de cocoa, and it was just nice, and a bit of banana in it as well, and flavor. It was good. It was good. Yeah, they still do that. They do that here somewhere.
So you like the ladies' drinks?
You used to. Hey, listen. It's all about sharing. So ladies can share with me, and guys can share. Come on, man. But listening about a lady. Oh, behave. Oh, so ladies can't drink whiskey now, right? Okay, fine. The hard stuff. Yeah, okay, Jimmy.
Hey, come on. Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie used to smoke cigars.
Right. What did Clyde used to do? Everything.
Well,
Bonnie. Bonnie.
I stopped smoking about 3-4 years ago, but maybe next week might be a time to bring out a cigar, huh? I stopped smoking cheap cigarettes, but a good cigar is always good.
I wouldn't want to encourage unhealthy living, which now reminds me of my friend in Wisconsin, Elliot. He's a huge advocate for being a vegan. And so
Wisconsin is known for cheese.
Yeah, of the comedy or variety, probably. Wisconsin, what else is it known for?
Actually, it's funny because I made carbonara the other day, and I had a big problem finding the pecorino cheese. Pecorino.
Right.
Pecorino.
I don't know.
Yeah,
the same way. See, over here we have a cheese called Parmesan cheese.
No, it's Parmesan.
No, that's my point. No, that's my point. No, it's Parmesan, and that is exactly it. I was listening just the other day to something online, and it was like, Parmesan. I'm going to put Parmesan on that. Oh my God!
Come on, I'm not gonna listen to an English person telling me how an Italian cheese is pronounced.
Okay, what are those small cucumber things called? Yeah, and you put them in a lot of food and cookery, and like lasagna has them in there. Now they are not called zucchini or zucchini; they are called courgettes.
Listen, you want to tell me about something? You can tell me about a Manchester cheese, or is it Manchester cheese? Is actually from United States. It's actually from United States. What's an English cheese? What's a
cheddar chease? That's the
cheddar
popular.
Is not. Is that an English cheese?
It comes from Cheddar, the place called Cheddar. But Red Leicester.
Somerset. It actually comes from Somerset.
Right. There you go.
Leicester cheese. Yes.
Leicester, Red Leicester. There's a lot of cheese coming from the UK, Jimmy.
Come on. What else is there? Give me. Come on. Give me good.
Another cheese. I'd said Skilmish now already. What
British cheese. I'm looking for British cheese now.
yeah. Like we haven't had enough cheese in this broadcast already, right? No. What do you think?
Dude, you know what? Listen, a lot of people don't, and you'd be surprised. Okay, Europe knows about cheese, but in Japan and America and stuff like that, they don't know about it. They don't know cheese. They do not know
Which is
cheese.
why we're here. I keep reminding people there's a lot that a lot don't know about for whatever reason, whether it's cultural, so get it out on the internet and people will discover it and they will come if they're interested. They will be there.
Blue cheese is actually British.
Cheese.
I thought it was Danish, but it's actually unless you get Dorset Blue Vinny.
Yeah, but there is a Danish cheese that is.
Yes, of course, and a Gorgonzola, Italian blue cheese.
There's tons of cheese over that part of the world in the Mediterranean. Absolutely.
A Barkham. Do you know what a Barkham blue is?
Personally, I think the reason cheese is popular over in the Mediterranean regions is because it just goes moldy and rank because of the
very fast.
And they're like, oh, well, you can still eat it. And they do because they have to. They got no choice. It's gone moldy and green.
Any good hard cheeses from England you could suggest?
Only if you freeze it. No, I can't think of it. What can I think of? No. Now there's someone, David. Now a friend, David. He would have to be the one to speak to about that. He's French. He's now a British citizen, but he loves cheese. Oh goodness!
I love cheese too. I love cheese. Who doesn't like rotten milk?
Rotten milk is that? So you know what? I'm glad
you keep it up.
Sorry. Yeah. Well,
yogurt.
What?
Parmesan.
Oh goodness!
Cheap cigarettes, are those the ones you roll yourself? Let me tell you something. When I started smoking, I was living in Germany, and I started rolling cigarettes. I must have been 14 and started rolling cigarettes. What was it? A Lion cigarette? Was it? In
Lion?
Germany. Was it Lion? What was it?
I don't know.
I started rolling cigarettes. Don't say cheap cigarettes are rolling cigarettes, because guess what? The rolling cigarettes are actually better than the fucking pre-made ones.
Then the what? Sorry, the what pre-made ones? No, don't.
The fantastic pre-made ones.
Thank you, Jimmie. Thank you.
Fabulous pre-made ones. Yeah.
We'll have to have a bloop graphic, won't we, on these? That's for sure. Yeah.
Are we? Why don't we do it? Why don't we aim for adults?
Yeah. That's the idea, but somewhere along the way, someone's just going to be scanning through the internet, just looking in this direction. And we kind of want to keep them here, I suppose, but some of them might just run off and.
Well, we might as well sing some nursery songs too, then.
Nice, yeah.
No,
there's a.
That's another interesting subject. Nursery songs, which a lot of them come from England. They're horribly evil, sadistic songs written for.
You mean like Ring a Rosie?
Ring Around the Road. What's Ring Around the Rosie about? Sing it first.
Oh, see, you call it Ring a Rosie, and
Ring Around the Rosie.
What? Why is no? It's Ring of Roses, as in the flowers.
Okay, I thought it was okay. Now, first, can you sing it first? Can you sing the English version? What's the English version?
Ring of roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue. We all fall down.
And what is that about?
It was to do with the plague.
The plague.
The plague, the Black Death in England, and a lot of lives were lost there. Another pandemic, ironically. And
my corona.
They thought that by taking these petals and putting them in their pockets, it would stop them from
not their beaks.
No, beaks. What are you talking about? Beaks? What?
Yeah, the doctor's beaks.
Right. How about a nursery rhyme from you now, Jimmie? How about a Japanese nursery rhyme?
London Bridge is falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. And that's a very interesting story.
Okay.
Tell us about this. Tell us about that one.
I'm very quickly rushing for my memory cells. London Bridge is falling down. I'm just wondering if that was to do with the fact that London Bridge did fall down, and because the American.
No. It's about a king.
I'm trying to remember. I know that. Yeah, I mean, go on, remind us. Was it
Well,
King Jimmie?
who was the king who needed to kill a few wives?
Yeah, Henry VIII.
Okay, well, Henry the Third.
Not Richard III. Henry. He was another one.
Henry the Third needed to get rid of a few wives whose heads he hung on the London Bridge, so people would rumor about how the London Bridge would fall down because of all the heads hanging from the bridge.
Is that
My
right?
Fair Lady.
Okay. Yeah. We're looking at very, very quickly looking it up online, and I can see something alluding
Am I right?
to. Just it doesn't seem like you're wrong. Yeah. Wow. You learn something new here. I heard it.
Let me tell you about England. Let me tell you a little bit about England.
I know the Japanese love England, that's for sure. We have a lot of people coming over here, particularly Beatles.
Absolutely.
Beatles up in Liverpool, always visiting there again once things allow them to. I'm sure they'll be returning in their droves. But yeah. Hey, by the way, talking of all that, it's a pandemic again. And coronavirus. Apparently, I think the company was Johnson & Johnson. I think this company was on the radio today and giving hope that there should be a vaccine this time next year, if not before.
Hasn't Russia announced the vaccine already? Hasn't Putin announced the vaccine already?
His daughter this vaccine as well. Apparently, he's so confident. But would you take it now? If someone said you've got a vaccine, do you want to take it, Jimmie? Would you take it?
If it's from Putin. If it was from Putin, I would take it. I trust Putin.
Really?
Absolutely, I love. Out of all the the many world leaders today, Putin is one of I trust.
Really?
I trust in his love for country.
And what about if Donald J. Trump, apparently the...
I trust him too. I very much trust him. I very much trust Trump, and I trust Putin.
Right. What about Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland?
He's on the right side, but his hair is a mess.
Yeah, but come on. The same could be said. They probably have the same barber, him and Donald J.
I'm a big Nigel Farage fan. I wish he would fucking just go for it.
Beep. But yeah, Nigel Farage, he was our Brexit man, wasn't he? He was the man.
I love him. I love him. Yeah. I love people who speak truth. I love people who have guts and speak truth. Yes. Against the leftist. Leftist was a bullshit.
That's why people should be watching ShineCast here with Jimmie and Martin. There you go. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Farage, I like his delivery. He just speaks. So he's a very good orator.
Oh man, the way he rails against the EU. I love it.
He had a radio show on the station that I listened to here on a talkway radio. He had that for quite some time, but it was axed a short time ago. But he's very good, very good.
They exit because it's too popular.
Yeah, I don't know about that in this instance, but certainly too popular. Wow.
I mean, they tried to kill the guy. They tried to kill him with his plane accident. The accident was a Cessna or something. They tried to kill the guy.
Well, there's a lot of attempts on, the lives of people.
They tried to kill the guy. Nigel Farage, they would try to kill him. Come on.
Yeah. Well, that's happened before.
I love that. And he loves his country. I love people who love their country.
I like
pride in their country.
Oh, me too. I'd never give up my British passport anytime soon, however much I like other places that I visit to. Although I have to say, when I do listen to our government right now, I realise as well they're only in power temporarily, but thankfully. But when I listen to our government now, they don't make me as proud to be British as I have felt previously. And
absolutely, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but
no one's perfect.
Love of country is very necessary. Like in the United States, I don't want to talk about politics, but right now we have a president in the United States, Donald
You
Trump.
do? Do you?
Whether you
Do you?
like,
Is it
with,
control? Really?
let me tell you something. This might be the first president in my lifetime. Actually, President Reagan was another great president, but they
Yeah.
kind of like stunted him in the beginning. They shot him in the head. They shot him in the head
Now,
in the
wasn't that
beginning.
the other one? Wasn't that the other one? He was assassinated. Kennedy.
Kennedy,
back
they
in
tried to
there.
shoot him in the head. They actually,
dear.
I'm not. I don't want to say that I'm so knowledgeable, but they shot him in the head because he tried to bring the American dollar back without
Right.
central backing.
Well, now they
And the
do.
same thing. And the same thing happened to Abraham Lincoln. They tried to
But it's
bring the
ironic
American
we're in
dollar
a
back.
situation now where they're trying to get rid of cash. Oh, don't use cash because of coronavirus. A lot of people say it's a conspiracy to get rid of cash.
I believe it's a conspiracy. I believe it's a
Yeah.
conspiracy. Of course, it's the
Yeah.
same thing as the Chinese system where you're going by credits and they can cut your credits off by.
Yeah.
They can review and just decide that you can't purchase anything.
Got to be careful with China. They're not just going to cut your credit off if you're not careful, Jimmie. I can tell you.
Exactly.
Well, don't put them past anything. Hey,
I
can we
love
see
Chinese food, but I don't like their.
what's your favorite
government.
dish? Favorite dish when it comes to Chinese
My favorite
food?
dish.
Yeah. Or the food on the dish, ideally, is what we're talking about.
Well, it's not dog or monkey
Well, that's
brain.
Korea, isn't it? That's more Korea. Korea is more into.
No, China is China.
If it
The
breathes,
saying goes
moves.
that China will eat anything with 4 legs other than a table and a chair.
Okay, what about chicken? You have 4-legged chickens there in China? Woo! Over in the Far
If
East.
it's China, they probably do have 4-legged chickens because it's profitable.
Yeah, well, this is what I've always wondered with all this GM and genetically modified stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Well, when you go to your fast food chain, particularly KFC and even China with their chicken wherever. Well, hold on a second. Now, why haven't they made a chicken yet with 20 legs? I mean, that way you get your money's worth. You buy one chicken.
I think America is the worst part. America is the worst place for that.
For chicken and chlorine chicken?
Okay, here's the deal. America, the most obese population in the world. Why are they obese?
Well, they don't eat too healthy, do they?
No, because they're eating food that is obese. So they're trying to. No, they're trying to make. Listen, a chicken. They're trying to make a chicken that becomes fully grown in the shortest amount of time. They're feeding it hormones. They're feeding it hormones. So if you're eating, if you're eating that hormone yourself, eating the chicken filled with hormones, guess what? You're filled with that hormone.
Right. Oh, I hear you. That's the same as us putting all our trash rubbish into down the toilet. It goes out there into the water system, and a lot of us now, I mean, come on, all these sanitary towels, whatever have you.
No, not only sanitary towels. Let me tell you something.
I'm more like a woman now, Jimmie.
No, well, that's the drugs. That's the drugs. Yeah, so if you're intaking of drugs, your intake of drugs, and you're washing it down, the drain, that's all going into the ocean. I know everybody was so against this Alex Jones, but Alex Jones in America was one of the greatest. He's the greatest, one of the greatest Americans.
I haven't heard of him for ages,
you know why? Because they cut him off. But he was delivering truth. Infowars. I love Alex Jones. I love Infowars. He's a great American. He was delivering real news, and people are making fun of him. People were so against him because they're saying, "Oh, he's talking crazy about frogs being gay." No, he's telling the truth. All this medication subscribed to Americans, washed down the drains, and guess what? It ends up in the water system.
Yeah.
It ends up in the water system. It is making frogs gay.
The last time I watched Alex Jones, he was in a hotel, and I think he was under siege or something, and he was being threatened. And
the thing is, of course, nobody's perfect, but I can guarantee that 90% of what he was dishing out is right, true. He has amazing memory. everything he talks about is true.
Yeah, I think that's
the rest of people don't give a shit. So here's the thing with the human race. With most of the global population, they don't like truth because truth goes against everything that the government feeds them, the garbage the government and the school system feeds them, so they don't
We
accept
haven't.
truth.
I was thinking and having a brief conversation, I can't remember who, with just a day or two ago about truth. And this is the point. It's amazing how many people, yes, you watching this right now, how many people find it so difficult to be
accept
honest
truth.
with yourself.
No.
Well, and to be more truthful. And it's a world full of corruption and anything but the truth most of the time, a lot of the time. So why not, start at the simple point, be truthful with yourself. It's all about, when I say that, Jimmie, I'm talking about, again, a totally different subject that we'll be coming back to, I hope, at some point. But, accepting yourself, liking yourself. But no, people feel the need to, and sorry, women, but it's particularly women with the makeup, is just a cover up, as one of the brands will always tell you with their little slogan. But, what's wrong with being yourself and accepting the truth and yourself, right? And it starts at home with you first before you then start wanting to, expect the world to be more.
That's a total different subject. We can go about the difference between men and women. It's another total different subject.
Yeah, absolutely. How are you doing with that bottle there, please? Could we just have a final check? Because I'm gonna.
No. I'm not even half done. This is going to take. This is another 2 episodes.
Another 2.
But no, because this is bourbon. So next week I'm thinking going with Scotch next week.
Okay. Well, we'll find out by tuning in next week. In that case.
Absolutely. See you all next week. See you, Brenda.
And anyone else
watching,
there? I can see there are. Definitely. Hope is not a strategy, and we don't need to hope anyway, because definitely people are there watching. If you want to join in, please do. Don't be shy. The people are watching but not commenting, which is fine. But I just hope that you do realize that you are perfectly entitled to, able to, and encouraged to join us, the conversation. So until next week, Jimmie, we will say from Japan,
toodaloo.
Thanks very much, Jimmie, and
or sayonara.
And any final anything you want to leave anyone with? A final thought? Go listen to that song in its entirety. That's what I say. Yeah, remind us of the title.
I believe in rock and roll. Jimmie Heaven. Jimmie. Believe in Jim. I believe in rock and roll.
Available right now on YouTube.
Oh yeah. It's free.
Lovely. Jimmie, thanks so much. Stay safe there in Japan. It is already Saturday in Japan. It has been Friday, the 14th of August.
Goodbye.
At the time of starting this recording. We've been here for quite a while, broadcasting for 2 hours. And there I was saying it should be considerably shorter than
no time limit. No time limit.
I think we're going to. Well, the thing is, are we going to? Is the next one going to be longer? Are we going to just, the more we do, the longer they get?
No, we're not going to know. We're not going to know because once we get guests, it's going to be 4-hour shows.
Yeah, you could be right there. Listen, till next time, stay safe, Jimmie. Thanks for joining us from Japan.
See you next week, everybody.
Japan's gone, and in the meantime, I've gone as well. So this is Martin Shine saying thank you for watching ShineCast. Bye-bye for now. Ooh, there we go. Right, that's my microphone. Where's Jimmie? Oh, Jimmie's disconnected, everyone. All right, I just left the live on briefly as we wind this up. That's the whole thing about ShineCast, is you see the bit before we roll the titles and after as well. Where's Jimmie? Oh, you are there. Hey, you're there. Wait a second. Yeah, you're just about there still, if I can press that. Yep, hello. Yeah, maybe your microphone's muted. I'll be back to you shortly, Jimmie. In the meantime, I'll say goodbye to everyone else that has been watching live. Thanks for watching live, and if you're watching the replay as well, and also seeing this particularly on Facebook, this bit's left in when we distribute the chat
then we cut these bits out before and after the titles. Yeah, keep watching. Thank you. Follow, like, and share. Bye-bye for now, everyone.